Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm Martin in here. And last Friday, we did see a very good closing on the Dow Jones. I think many of you are aware, as we have seen this market seems to be bottoming as the inflation, no doubt, was one of the highest. But why is that? When we get bad news, the market holds its position. That means possibility, some sort of sign of strength. But on our local scene, our KLCI, what is it happening? Where are we now? Right? But many of you would have known that the Pentagon guider has turned red for the KLCI, which is likely biased towards the downside or more likely to move slightly from here. Let's observe some of the aspect of indicator that we have on our Smart Robie this morning with our breakfast show for beginner, and the topic we will be covering today is market bottoming. Let's see what we have for you this morning in our breakfast show. No doubt the KLCI, if you look from where we are, just let me look at the KLCI just on top of me here, switching to a wider chart here, and you can see this morning, you can see the KLCI is creating some grounds really, but it's only 14.18 as the tech stocks has a bit of rebound as the result that was coming up from TSMC did point to a very nice closing last Friday, which means the technology sectors are still strong. But this morning the news are reporting about a presence where the earnings from the technology sectors continue to be good, but the stocks is still taking on the downward market. Partly is because of the continuation of a bearish market that we've seen right now here. All right, so you can see this morning many of these are in red Pentagon, you can see here. So that's what's keeping a lot of people out. But of course, let's see what we have for you this morning in our breakfast show. Right? And today morning sharing will be on market bottoming, which is actually seeking a good price entry after the market has dropped a bit, and we are looking to buy near a market bottom. Now, don't perform that act of catching a falling knife. We all know catching a falling knife, which means you are averaging down. We're not too sure how this market will potentially fall out, as the news of the general election 15 might be postponed to next year, although some people were talking about August, September, but I don't think that is likely to be done, more likely to be next year. So that's why this market has some sort of sideways market going in here. Now, on the part of the market bottoming, we also want to wait for the price to reduce, right? So we want to be thinking of buying when we see green Pentagon, right? And probably selling for a target profit, a small target profit, especially right now this market is bearish. Lots of trends are trending down, right? And the FA list, the Smart Robie FA list that you can see from top of me here, just switching to a wider chart, and the FA Robie will provide you this list of very good dividend coverage here. You can see here. All right, so let's see what we have. The market that we have here, and market is undergoing a lot of volatility, as we can see before in here. So this is really a best time to be buying market bottoming stock with FA collection. All right, and of course, using the Pentagon guider, which is available on the Smart Robie, you are using the proprietary of the volume spread analysis using our patent for judging the entry and also exit, giving you a sense whether the market is going up or going down from the works of volume spread analysis, the creator of Tom Williams here. Okay, and our Pentagon trading strategy, as I said before, this market continue to move in a red Pentagon, so there's not much of a trade. We're still holding on to our LHI, seems to be still there, right? As you can see, compared to the KLCI, which is a red line here, we are still holding our position and not dropping. I think that's suppose what you can do in the intake of this market. Not really not really going anywhere. We just need to hold our position to weather out the storm. Now, if you look from the Pentagon guider for the KLCI, has now turned red Pentagon. You can see from here, it has turned red Pentagon. So there is to be seen whether this market can make its way, right, to going higher from here onwards. Okay, so going higher onwards, we will be looking a couple of things in here. Definitely one of them will be the volume. After the volume now, then we also want to be looking at the stage 1, stage 2, right, which is what we're talking about in the market bottoming. So right now we have seen the red Pentagon after converting, right, earlier on in end of June, the green Pentagon we were hoping, but this market did hit this 20-day moving average, which is the monthly high, could not break above it, continued to slide down, and you notice the widening of the railway track. That means this trend is likely to continue downwards more than anything else. But the only nice hope that we've seen so far is market started to move sideways, and we will have support at 1400, a support at 1400. That will be likely the stage 1 that you see right now in here. So red Pentagon, nothing much, you want to be staying out, but there is some trades on the stage 2 intraday shares. You might want to check that out for a shorter term profit. There are some opportunity in there. Now going also on the respective on KLSE that we have here, what are the market stages and the indicator right now, right? So definitely you can look at the market staging in our plugin to give you a little bit more clue on right now. Green Pentagon, definitely not. Now for the market bottoming, we want to see high volume on the left, right? Do we see any high volume? Definitely, if you can see from here onwards, there were a little bit of high volume here, but going forward, we want to see the volume flattening out. I think that's very important. If you see volume flattening out, that is a chance that the market is actually going on a sideways market. But if the volume continue to be high, then the trajectory is still pretty much on a downtrend. That will be your clue, looking at the volume, right? And right now, my best guess is going to be a sideways direction here, pending on not much of a good news coming into the market. But there is also a lot of retest to the downside, so make sure you check it out. And that test is likely to happen on 1400 level, all right? So this is also coincide with the foreign funds flow, where we can see this is also from the Trade VSA 360, but you can also check it out on our Smart Robie. There's a little net inflow coming in. You can see here that the overall, right, sum will be more outflow, right? We get 1 or 2 trickle, like last Friday we have a bit on the 14, just about 50 million, but we have about 80 million. So that seems to be net out all the benefits that we see in foreign funds flow. They are coming in, but not the kind of amount that is likely to push the market higher. So I can say for sure, likely the market will move sideways in. No doubt the US market has hold its position, so our market is likely to do very similar. Now let's look at the last morning breakfast show that we did 4th of July, because on the 11th there was a public holiday. So bear in mind the KLCI at that time was green Pentagon, right, but now has since turned red Pentagon in here, hard sectors, and now it's already red Pentagon in here. So we want to look at RCE Cap, Aeon Credit, and Hata. These are the FA list, all right, FA list here. Now from the episode 179, 4th of July, this was where we were talking on the RCE capital, but it did eventually, you can see from this chart, spotted at 166. It went up to 169, just short of 169, and it hit a resistance here. This was that resistance at the 40-day moving average in here. The MS, take note, this is where the MS indicator did not turn above the 0. So that's why we want to have this turning to 0. That gives us a very good entry point when you have the green Pentagon plus the market stages turning 0. That will be the best entry, but it did not. As such, this market started to make its way down in here. So that's something you want to take note of, it pairing together the Smart Robie with the market stages. The other shares that we were talking about was Aeon Credit. This was a trade happening on 4th of July from one episode. So it did hit the 200-day moving average eventually. You can see from here, right, just hit this very thick red line in here. That was that resistance, but since then it's going likely to move sideways, congesting, and volumes really dip low very in here. Again, market stages, what we are looking for are crossing above the 0 line. We need that to cross above, then that will be more convincing that this market is going higher. All right, the next stock we were talking about was Hatalega, remember, but remember we still have this down track of the railway track here. Sectors were a bit stronger. This is due to the BA5 Omicron subvariants, right? And somehow this market seems to be going up in here. I don't think the demand will be more, but question is always on sentiment in here. Where do you see Harta Lega right now? What stage is it in? Definitely it is in stage 1, right? Now it's going to be likely to retest back again, breaking above the 20-day moving average, which is already there but need to move a bit higher here. All right, so market's really moving sideways. It's really market bottoming in here. Now all in all, you can check out the smart Robie, and all you got to do is, you can see from me, just switch to a wider chart here, look for FA collections, and you can see in here also some of the last month winner. We can check it out. Last month winner were E-Metal with 54% and Perak Transit. We were talking about Perak Transit all this while anyway. E-Metal was on the 23rd of June, which is a growth stock. Perak Transit was a growth stock. Hector was a growth stock. So that will give you some sort of an idea where are all the winners and losers. So make sure you check it out on those stocks in here. Now let's take a look at this week. Okay, so this week it's something that I have here. We got about how many shares, we got how many on the list here. We have a wide range. Actually B Auto already hit the intraday alert, you can see here, and also Hong Leong Capital. All right, so B Auto has gone up 1.16%. So it hit the intraday alert in here. We got Takafu, we got Gas Malaysia, Uchi Deck, BAT, B Auto, FGV. For time being, I will avoid the plantation stocks because those are still trending now. But what I really like, Uchi Deck, because technology, we are seeing a rebound. B Auto, a continue of the chart, and also Gas Malaysia, which is the inflation play as they're able to raise the prices, and people still need to use gas. Let's take a look at these stocks that we have here. Now, what is the FA for B Auto? All right, so let's take a look at B Auto hitting 5248. Okay, let's look at the stock fundamentals here, and you can see it does pay a 4.8% dividend. Not bad. ROE of 24% and a PE of 12 times. Rated 6 out of 8 here. Rated 6 out of 8. So with the target price at a PE of 15.5 times, which is a $2.176 here. Alright, that's not too bad. Okay, so that's the first one. Next is the Uchi Deck. Let's go back to Uchi Deck. Scroll back up and look for Uchi Deck. Uchi Deck should be item number 6. 7100. Click on that one on your mobile phone, and you can see stock fundamental will give you a FA rating of 5 with the ROE of 43%. Sector is only giving 16%, so this is above ROE with a 6.6% dividend, right? Isn't that great? This is definitely a dividend play, so that's why it's holding up above the $2.90 mark here. Did have a green Pentagon, but remember, lots of resistance we see here above a 308. It's not going to be one of those stocks that's going to trend straight up because we are in a bearish market, isn't it? So overall, we can see a target price of 334 at the 15.5 times PE. Okay, 330 likelihood when we see this market trending back up, we might test the 330 with a potential upside of 12.8% here. All right, next we have that I like is Gas Malaysia. You can see green Pentagon again. A whole range of what we see here is market resistance, a lot of market resistance around the $3.30. So let's scroll back up and look for Gas Malaysia. Gas Malaysia will be item number 7. All right, 5209 is the stock code. Hit that one, double that, and go on to stock fundamentals. And you can see stock fundamental again, another 5%, giving it a FA rating of 6, ROE of 27 with a PE of 13 times. All right, okay, that's pretty good. Target price of 344, which is about just slightly above the old UT high here. So again, if this stock were going to be high, we're going to see lots of resistance in here. I don't think it's likely to just rebound back because there are a lot of profit taking, so likelihood going to be a sideways market from here. But overall, those are very good dividend, right, as the market is bottoming. So in summary, market bottoming is a low risk while we are waiting for the market to turn higher. especially when you want to pair with the hot sectors. Check it out on the Smart Robie apps. The Robie FA collection does give you a good stock list, as we have seen, 5, 6, 8%, which is definitely better than the banks while waiting for the longer term should the market rise. But of course, paired together with our Trade VSA plugin will give you a better market stages turn up in here as the market started to move up to the zero level. So make sure you want to check it out, the VSA plugin, or you can also follow us through our 10-day free trial that we are doing in here, and also 30 minutes training in here. So wait for the overall market in here. You need to be patient. As I said before, market sentiment isn't very favorable that we've seen. And also a rehash on our masterclass that many of you may be interested in here. We have the sign up package of 4,888 for 1 year unlimited pass with the 12-month membership in here. Foundation class 1 and 2, the trading of futures pullback method, and the US portfolio. All right, so this is something you want to consider for the longer term education that will bring you up to the next level, as well as giving you new opportunity to explore should the market come back and move to a new level. So check it out in here on our masterclass. And of course, with the continuation of our weekly Wednesday night talk, this week we'll be talking on sector rotation. Where is the money going on the 20th of July 2022? So make sure you catch me 9:30. And we also love to hear your feedback, so the QR code is above. Give us your feedback. What would you like us to do in our breakfast show so we can improve the show in here? And finally, a chance for you to own and win the Trade VSA plugin and the VSA 360, something that we're very proud of in here. Just share with us your biggest takeaway from this session, and you stand a chance to win a monthly prize. All you have to do is share your feedback on the Google review in less than 200 words. That's it. And if your review is one of the best and been picked, you stand a chance to win a 1,000 ringgit 3 months membership in here. That's something great, isn't it? So thank you for in advance first for your kind contribution. So make sure you give us your biggest takeaway in here and win chance. Of course, you can also receive our daily newsletter in here. Just sign up from our website or this QR code. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel in here for more videos. And of course, when you're ready, our combo plan, our plugin, all are there and able to give you the first advantages. As you can see, many of our existing member has given great review to what we have in here. Okay, right now we are up to the stock review. If you have any stock review, do pencil those in. I'm happy to look at that, right? And do take note as the market continue to find its stage 1 consolidation in here. Be patient. Stick to the Robie FA stock. At least there's some dividend in there. It is going to be a defensive play. And if you have any stocks, always think along that line. The time when you want to trade the intraday is, so you have to go for those with a huge volume and smaller percentage of return. All right. So with that, okay, we got MRCB. Now remember, MRCB is one of the stocks that actually came out also in our list. Okay, MRCB, MRCB, okay, MRCB in here, not good. You can see, very easy to see. We got 2 peak here, hitting the support here, right now at the support. Let's check out MRCB. The stock I was referring is MFCB, okay, is the MFCB, not MRCB, okay. So that's the one. So MRCB, not so good. You can see support right now, 34 cents. It's almost like a penny shares. Longer term, not the kind of investment. Speculative, yes, but no green Pentagon yet. Okay, so that's the only stocks that you want me to review, Arif. All right, so that's all for today. And don't forget to subscribe and share our Telegram chat information that is available, that you can get all things updated from our website and getting a lot of educational tips here. Thank you for joining, and we appreciate your patronage in our live, Abby. And do share this in your timeline. Thank you again. Bye-bye.